Hello, I welcome you back to my social media handles. Today, I promise you guys that I'll be coming back with 50k account size, and I'll be using that 50k account size to be able to tell whether Equity Edge they are really paying or they are just scamming their participants or their customers. So I bought this 50k account and I want to trade it for the whole month to see whether I'll be able to pass it and also whether Equity Edge will pay me or not. So as I want to be journaling this account with you guys, I want you to be familiar with the rules that they have, the rules that we must follow in order for us to get payout out of this 50k account. Mind you, I'm not saying I'm going to pass or make a payout through it, but I might make a payout from this particular account. So should in case we follow all the rules, you have to pay us. So this is the reason why I'm just making this video. So we are going to go through all the rules that they have so that we can see how we can progress with this account. So when you look through my dashboard, you will see some kind of writings, which is we first have maximum loss, profit, daily loss, and trading days. These are some of the conditions that governs this particular account. And also at the top there, you see we have equity, and also we have a win rate, and also we have consistency, and also we have this thing, the instant account. I told you guys I'm more into trading the instant account, though I have two-step account that I'm also trading, but I'm more focused on this particular instant account. So the rules are, we have profit target. So for a profit target, it's just trying to let us know the amount you can make before Equity Edge will pay you. The instant account, Equity Edge want us to make a profit of $125 before we can request payout. And before you make that $125, you need to make a buffer. You need to make a buffer of 3%. So before we can request payout on this account, we need to make the buffer, which is 3%. So if we look for the buffer amount, the 3% will give us let's say 3% times 50k will give us $150. No, $1,500 rather. It's $1,500. So we need to make $1,500 down before we make any additional profit, which is above $125 before we can request the payout. And then with my case, I'm targeting to make, let's say, $3,500. I'm targeting to make $3,500 profit so that they can take out their $1,500, and then the remaining money I'll request for payout. Also, if I'm able to make $2,000, and there's another condition which we call the consistency. There's consistency. If I'm able to make $2,000 and then the consistency is 15% or less than 15%, I will then request for payout. But for my target, I'm just targeting to make $3,000 on this particular account. So another condition that they are having is the trading days. With the Equity Edge, you need to trade the account for about 7 days before you can request payout. If you trade and then maybe you met all the conditions, but your trading days have not reached 7 days, they are not going to allow you to request for a payout. You understand? So this is another condition that we need to know whilst monitoring this particular trading account. Another one is the maximum loss. Equity Edge have a maximum loss of 5% on instant accounts. So it tells us that we need to multiply 5% by what? By the $50,000. And then with the 5% is going to give us $2,500. The maximum loss is telling us that we cannot lose 5% of the total amount overall. So during your trading journey, you don't have to lose more than 5% of the account. And then the daily drawdown is 3%. It means that you don't have to lose 3% of the account in a day. When you are trading the account and maybe you are making profit or you are making losses, is going to be, the percent is going to be applying to the profit plus the initial balance that you are having. They give you. Let's say, for example, I already traded this account and I made an additional profit of $106. So the total now is now $50,100. So on next week, that will be on Monday, but my maximum loss will be the 5% of this amount, and also my daily loss will be the 3% of this amount. So supposing like I made a loss and the loss lead me to, let's say, my account become let's say 49,000. That means that in next week Monday, my maximum loss will be the 5% times the $49,000, and also my daily loss will be the 5% times the 3% times the $49,000. So this is how it works. So with the consistency rule, you have to make a consistency of 15%. And this consistency rule simply means that you can't make a profit more than 15% of the total profit that you'll be making in a single day. You can't make profit more than 15% in a single trade of the overall profit that you make. You understand? So let's say, for example, I'm having I made a profit overall of, let's say, $3,000. So $3,000, when we multiply the 15% times the $3,000, when we multiply that, it's going to give us $450. So if my total profit is $3,000, it means that in a day I can't make a profit more than $450. So this is just what they are trying to tell us. So if you really want your consistency to be in check, you must not make too much profit in a day. Let's say your one day profit should not 70% of the total amount. So they are just having this rule just to prevent those who use one day trade to take, let's say, about 70% of the total profit. We have some traders like that. They'll just come and use, let's say, one day. let's say I said I'll be targeting $3,000. They can use one day to make, let's say, $2,500. And then the remaining days, the remaining 7 days, they will be making like $1, $1, $1. So Equity Edge is saying that they are not going to allow that. Another conditions that they have, you can only find them on their page, on their facts. So let's see some of them. We have consistency. So this is the consistency rule that I was talking about. To request a payout, traders must meet a consistency score of 15%. You understand? So you can read it through. So this is just the consistency rule that I was talking about. And I also talk about the buffer, the safety buffer, which is 3%. So before you request a payout, you have to make a profit of 3% of the total account size that they give you, and you have to make an additional $125 before they will allow you to remove only the $125. Another rule that they want you to follow is they don't want you to hold trades over the weekend. They don't want you to hold trades over the weekend. So this is the rule that holding trades over the weekend is prohibited on instant account. If any trades are left open at market close, these trades will be closed out automatically. Violating this rule will lead to account suspension. So it means that when you have an active trade, normally trades or trading ends on Friday, and maybe during that time in Ghana, the trade normally ends at 8 to 9. So when you are having your trade open, maybe around 11 p.m. thereabout, consider your account being terminated, because they are going to suspend the account. It means that you've breached the rules, so they are going to take the account and then leave you there. So holding trades over the weekends is prohibited in an instant account. It's only when you are trading two-step account that you can hold trades over the weekends. News trading. Equity Edge does not allow news trading. It's not all news trading. They specifically state that they don't allow high impact news. You don't have to trade high impact news, and they use that's Forex Factory. So when you want to trade the high news impact, you have to wait maybe after the news, and then you do what, and then you place the trade. So the rule is, when you place a trade, let's say 2 minutes before the news, your account is going to be terminated, or they are going to take some percentage of profit that you make through that trade or in that trade. So they are saying that before high impact news, you should be in that trade, let's say more than 8 minutes before the high impact news. So when you are in the trade like 10 minutes before the high impact news, your account is not going to be terminated. And also, you don't need to close the trade after the high impact news. When 8 minutes or 10 minutes does not reach, you don't need to close the trade. So if you are in a trade and maybe the high impact news occurred within that trade, and then maybe it ends, you have to wait more than 8 minutes before you can close the trade. So after the high impact news, if you close the trade less than 8 minutes, your account too is going to be either terminated. They say 8 minutes window. will be reviewed. Either they take 25% of your profit. Now, if you make about 25% of the total 25% profit of that total profit that you made, they are going to deduct that profit that you made. So if that particular profit, if that trade gives you about 25%, they are going to deduct that profit that you made from your profits. So another rule that we have to follow, and they also have this thing, prohibited strategies on instant accounts. So let's look at them. So they say that if they find you trading these styles, your account may be terminated. So number one of the strategies are what they have: gambling. Gambling is when you don't have a strategy, you are just randomly placing trades to see whether you get luck, and then maybe you go with the profit. So if they notice that you are gambling, they are not going to pay you. So what they usually use to detect whether you are gambling or not is when the amount of trades that you take. Like if you take a trade and maybe you close the trade within 2 minutes, they will know that, oh, this guy, he's gambling, high frequency trading. Like they will do what? They will say, oh, this guy, he doesn't really have a strategy, because he just entered the trade within 1 minute, he closed the trade. They will not allow that. So even if you mistakenly, in one of my previous accounts, I did mistakenly place a trade and quickly remembered that this is not the pair that I want to trade. You don't have to close it within 2 minutes. You have to wait. Just relax. Wait for like 10 to 15 minutes before you close it, so that you just consider as maybe you've done what? You've done some analysis before placing that trade. But if you close it within 2 minutes after opening the trade, your account may be what? May be terminated, or you may not get paid during what? Payout request. So we also have one-sided betting. The one-sided betting is somebody who is just repeatedly opening multiple trades. We have traders like that. They will repeatedly open multiple trades. So with that trading style, equity edge, don't want it. If you find yourself doing that and you want payout, you have to stop. Another one is what? Impulsive decision making. Like fear of missing out, and a lot of impulsive decision making. Like you hit a stop loss and you quickly enter another trade again. You don't want that. I did talk about the gambling style. There was one particular trade that I took in this particular account, and the maximum minutes for that trade was 2 minutes 12 seconds. I'll still come with a video with that particular trace. I'll still come with a video with that. I went through their Discord to ask about it. You say they see the maximum is what? 2 minutes. You don't have to open and do what? And close trade in less than 2 minutes. So for my case, my trade lasted 2 minutes 12 seconds. So I thank God I didn't break the rule, because they say less than 2 minutes, and mine was the average was 2 minutes, so, and mine was above 2 minutes. You understand? So another one is impulsive decision making. We already talked about that one, and this one is martingale strategy. This particular one is when they say you made a loss of $10, you quickly double the risks. When you are doubling your risks, they will say that you are doing what? You don't know what you are doing. You are trying to just get some quick gains. Let's say you lost $10, you went and risked another you on your next trade you risk $20, and then you hit another stop loss, $20 gone again, you risk $40. This is what they don't want. They don't want you to be trading that way. Understand? Also, spamming. The spamming too. Some people use let's say AI to trade. So those people, they usually enter trades or place trades in seconds. They don't want that. If you find yourself doing that, they will breach your account. Full potting trading style too, they don't want it. And that one, you risking, you trying to risk, let's say, the daily drawdown in one particular trade. They don't want that. When you find yourself doing that, they are going to do what? They are going to eliminate your account. Another trading style that they don't accept is gap trading. And with the gap trading, you know, during in Fridays or during a new opening week, we normally get this gap. We normally get these gaps. So like they are saying that when like something happen, either news or anything influence a gap, and you know most traders, they know that so far as the gap have been open, there's the need for the gap to refill again. So they will take advantage of this particular gap, and then they will trade. So they say if they find you doing that, they are going to eliminate your account. But it's not all gaps that they say they will eliminate. Most of the platforms don't use the same brokers, so some broker may have a gap and another broker may not have a gap. So they have to do their own review before they come out with the results. So another thing is hedging. Hedging is when you place trades, opposite trades, like you buy and then sell at the same time. They don't want that. When you are fan of doing that, it means that you don't actually know what you are doing. So I think, and also expect advisors. Use expect advisor is not permitted. Use trade copiers. They don't allow trade copies. I remembered they don't allow trade copies, like you trying to copy trades between instant accounts. They don't allow that. So let's see the maximum risk. So they are saying that you don't have to risk more than 1% of the account. Let's say if you are having a trade running and it get to a point that the account risks, or you are in a loss about 1% of the total value that they give you, they are going to terminate your account. So in a single trade, if I lose 1%, that is $500, they are going to eliminate my account. They are going to terminate it. So this is just the rule. It means that you need to protect your rule, and this one includes the commissions and also the deductions. Refunds. All sales are final and no refunds. So mean when they sell to you, they are not going to refund your account back to you, or they are not going to refund your money back to you. Another thing is the copy trading. This copy trading is what they use to breach my other account, the $1,800 that I made. This is the copy trading that they use. I don't know. I told you that I don't know whether I really do the copy trading or not, but I'll just see. I did it because I didn't journal, and that's what the reason why I'm trying to journal this particular trading account, so that should in case I reach payouts, I know I already follow all the rules. And if I do what? If I do go against one of the rules, as we all know the rules now, you guys will tell me. You understand? You guys will tell me. So the rules, copy trading, that Equity Edge does not allow copy trading from external sources, including other groups, traders, or third parties. So you don't need to do copy trading. So I don't need to do copy trading. I'm having my own strategy which I'm going to follow to trade this account. Copy trading on instant accounts is strictly prohibited. So they are saying that when you copy trade on instant account, like you have $25,000 instant account and $50,000 instant account of the same equity edge in the same equity edge, and you place the same trade, a trade opportunity in Euro USD, you place that trade, you come and then place the same trade in the other account, in the other instant account, they are going to breach your account. Even they say if you place a trade, of a pair in one instant account and you wait for the next day while you do not include the first trade that you've taken, and then you place another trade in an instant account again, they are going to consider that as copy trading. You understand? So you need to be very careful. So as far as you are having your trade running in one account, you don't need to trade the same pair in the other instant account whilst the first one is still active. You understand? So you need to be very careful when you are dealing with them. Another thing that I wanted to check was the 2 minutes rule. There is this particular 2 minutes rule which is very important. Let's search for that one. 2 minutes rule. The 2 minutes. So this is it. So let's read it. So 2 minute average trade duration. 2 minute average trade duration rule. The average duration of all trades should exceed 2 minutes, while some trades may be shorter. You understand? The majority should meet this criteria to prevent thick scalping and high frequency trading manipulation. If profit generates by rule violations such as 2 minutes rule, 2 minutes average rule, 2 minutes average trade duration rule, make up 25% of your profit target, this is also major breach and will fail the post challenge review. So they are just trying to tell you that you should make sure that when you place a trade, you should wait for like 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes before you place another trade. When you place a trade, wait for like 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes before you do what? Before you place another trade. And for our case, I'm just going to advise myself, when I place a trade and maybe I hit stop loss, I'm not going to place another trade again. I will wait for, let's say, 5 minutes to do what? Before I can place another trade. And they are not saying that you can't do that. You can do that, but they don't want it to be like you've done it several times. Because look at here, the average duration of all trades should exceed what? 2 minutes, while some trades may be shorter. The majority should meet this criteria. So they are saying that some of them may be less than 2 minutes. Like you may place a trade and quickly close the trade again. That one, it may happen. It may be like you've mistakenly placed in what? You mistakenly place in what? You mistakenly place in where? You mistakenly place in a wrong pair, and then you try to correct it. So when you do that, I don't think they are going to penalize it. They don't just want you to be doing it frequently. So you must be very careful. I think I've talked a lot, and I know a lot of you will not be here again. So I'm calling it off. So the next video will be how I'm trading the 50k account. So my next video will come with how I'm trading it, the journaling of that particular 50k instant account from Equity Edge.
So I'm logging out now. Thank you.